Honest, I didn't like it because I felt like, what was all the fuss about? Like, it's not that hot. You want the honest opinion from someone that I've used this T3 coiling iron for over 3 months, and I also bought this coiling iron with my own money. Well, keep on watching. I'm gonna give you a backstory as to the reason why I got this T3 iron. I shared it with one of my assistants because my curling iron broke. Another curling iron that I have, not the Babyliss one. And I remember that I actually left the Babyliss one at home. So my assistant had the T3 coiling iron. So I said, let me use yours very quickly. But our one was a detachable one. And to be honest, I didn't like it because I felt like, what was all the fuss about? Like, it's not that hot. I'm not really fussed. So I had no intention to buy a curling iron. But then my Babyliss one, my ever go-to one, as you can see, is very old. It broke and I had a lot of wigs to make. I couldn't wait. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to order a curling iron. Through my search, I came across T3 and I said, you know what, let me just order it because it looks pretty. That was the only reason why I ordered it, to be honest. I've not even checked any reviews on it. So I just ordered it because, so when I ordered it, it came in a box like this. I ordered it from Amazon because I wanted the same day delivery. Like a direction thing. It came with like a little box in it, but I threw that away. Moving on to the features, before I go into my true opinion. Features, you can't actually see the buttons. The only way you can see the buttons is if you plug it in. So when you plug it in, the reason I'm showing you these features is because it's not as intuitive. Is that a right word? Yeah, it's not very intuitive, to be honest. When you get it initially, it will get a bit confusing. So in order to put it on, you have to press and hold. And then when you press and hold, you will get a sound. Then it will all beep, 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 beep. You will see options to go manual. So if you want to go manual, you can go manual here. If you want to automatically do it, then you need to double click chart to what you want. So you have to tap it here to increase the temperature. To be honest, the reason I'm showing these features is because if you get it, it's not that straightforward. So you can just use this video. So once it clicks like that, it shows you that it's ready to use and it's locked in. If you want to reduce the setting, you have to unlock it like this and then reduce the setting. There's also an option here for if you have colored hair, you can put this on for colored hair. I think this is a steam. To be honest, I always leave this on. I don't know what it is, but I know this is for colored hair option, which you can take off and on. What I love about T3 curling iron is that it gets really hot. Like literally, when you put it on, it starts getting hot. I love this because obviously I'm very busy. I'm a wig maker, I'm a hairstylist. I just want to put on a curling iron. I don't want to have to wait 2 to 10 seconds. As soon as you put it on, you set it, you start curling, you're ready to go. That is how hot it gets. The next thing that I love about the T3 curling iron is the length of it. If you're someone like me that curl hair quite often when it comes to like curling like 24 inches, 26, 28, 30 inches, you can imagine curling 30 inches with this. It takes a lot of skill to be able to wrap your hair around this in order to get it fully curled. This, you don't need to do too much. It is so long that it captures a lot of hair around this. Curling like a Hollywood wave kind of thing, you need a lot of room in order to lay the hair flat around the barrel, and this just gives you that room to play with. The next thing that I love about the T3 curling iron is it's a bad hair detector. I know this sounds weird, but let me explain. When you're curling your hair with when you're using like a normal curling iron, you can actually curl like a hair filled with synthetic fibers and get away with it. But when it comes to T3, once you start curling a hair that is filled with synthetic fibers, because it's so hot, it starts melting. Like, it's so funny how you get some clients who say, oh, this hair, I bought it from AliExpress and the vendor told me that it's raw hair. And you can tell that the hair is not raw. but you just don't want to argue. But when you start curling it, it starts telling the client that this hair is not raw. Literally, it literally melts like it's even still hot. Let me know if you have actually used any of this before in the comment section. I'm actually curious. I want to know if you've used Babyliss. I feel like everyone has used Babyliss, and what you think about Babyliss, because this video is not all about Babyliss, but I'm just curious. This versus this, what do you think? Moving on to the next thing that I love about the curling iron is the fact that it is wipeable. Yes, you can get a cloth. Obviously, I don't leave it plugged in and start wiping. No, I get a cloth, for example, and I just wipe it with a cloth. If there's a stubborn stain, I could just put a bit of damp of water, just a little tad bit, and just wipe the handle and just wipe everywhere. It's so wipeable because I feel like because it has that glidey kind of texture to it, it makes it so easy to kind of wipe and keep clean. But yeah, next thing is that because it's so hot, and if you're using it on a good hair, for example on raw hair, you actually do not need a hairspray. Because it's so hot, it gives you that grip that you need to curl the hair and make it last long. It gets really hot and it takes time for the curls to start dropping, because one of the key things about getting a long-lasting curls is to keep heat in the hair for a long period of time. Now, if you curl with the T3 curling iron and you then wrap it around and then leave it in, clip it in, trust me, it gets really hot. Even after like 5 minutes, when you touch it, you can still feel that there's so much steam inside the hair, so it captures the heat, which makes your curl last longer. Let's move on to the cons, because there are cons to this and I'm gonna tell you what they are. The first one is it's expensive. You could buy 4 of this, well, don't let me exaggerate, but like 3 of this for the price of this one. It's very expensive, and it is expensive, and that's what I will say. The second thing I don't really like about this curling iron is it gets stained very easily. So when you're curling and you're doing a lot of curls, especially if I'm working with a lot of products, maybe I'm moving on from one hair to another, you start getting like marks, it starts smudging, captures a lot of dirt. I think the only way you can work around this is to get the grey one. There's another color of it, the grey or silver one, but I liked the white one. It looked prettier, so I went for this. The next thing that I do not like about the T3 curling iron is the switch. Now, I'm sure you've seen me struggle with this quite a few times. Is the switch of it. It's not as intuitive. You can't just grab it like you would a Babyliss and just put it on and just twist it and just like put it on the temperature that you want. No, it doesn't work like that. It's very, very techy. It's a bit techy, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy. But I find it so good that I decided to buy another one. How much I loved it. When I curled it and I saw that, oh my goodness, this is so quick. Following week, I got another one. I got a different size. Let me show you that size. I got the smaller size. So this is the 1.25 inch, I think, and this is the 1 inch. Final thoughts on this is that if you're a beginner, for example, if you're a beginner hairstylist or if you're a beginner wig maker, you don't have to buy this. Honestly, you could do a brilliant job with a Babyliss, with any, I don't know about any other curling iron, but with the Babyliss you could do a brilliant job. So if you're using this for home use, you don't also need to splurge. You can if you want to, but this wouldn't make any difference when it comes to how pretty your curls are. You could curl hair as pretty with the Babyliss. The only difference it will make is that the length of time to curling this hair, and if you're not doing this professionally, I'm sure you're okay to spend at least 10 more minutes on curling the hair, whereas I would prefer to have 10 less minutes so that I can start curling somebody else's hair. Hope that is clear. I hope you've been able to make an informed decision from this video on getting yourself a T3 curling iron. Like I mentioned initially, if you're a beginner hairstylist, you're learning your ropes when it comes to hair, I have a video on here about raw hair, about getting how to know raw hair, how to style raw hair. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, let me know in the comment section if there's anything else you'd like me to show you, any tips that you'd like me to share. Appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.